Now that you're gone, I've finally gotten rid of my anxiety. And all the little...
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Bethany. Here on my channel you find lots of cleaning motivation, lifestyle videos, crafting videos, all the things, you name it, I do it. So I hope that you will consider hitting the red subscribe button and joining my YouTube family. Today's video I'm bringing you a Cricut crafting video, so if you like these kind of videos, please be sure to leave it a thumbs up. I have been doing so much with my Cricut and I just want to share with you guys because I've been loving it so much, and maybe it will help some of you who are beginners as well.
Ooh, a little flicker in the wind could set the world on fire.
So starting out in Design Space, I am going to click the text option and I'm just going to type in wash, and then up here where it says font, I'm going to go and click off of Cricut Sans and I'm going to type in lemon. It is a font that I downloaded from dafont.com. You can use that for personal projects and such. So I'm going to go ahead and use that because that is the closest to a Rae Dunn dupe that I've found. And then once I get wash done, I'm going to click the text option again and just type in brush. And then once you have those, you can click make it, but you are going to be doing it separate, so that's fine if you want different colors. But I'm going to do them both black, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight over both of the words, and then at the bottom go ahead and click weld. And then you can click make it and you are ready to put the vinyl on your mat, and then put your mat in your Cricut and get cutting, which is what you see here. It is just cutting out the letters and words. And so once it was done, I went ahead and weeded it and just cut them down, and then I'm just taking some transfer tape and putting it on transfer tape so that way I can transfer it onto the soap dispenser and toothbrush holder. And I just thought these were so cute. I have seen Rae Dunn things at TJ Maxx and many other places, and sometimes they can get pricey, and I do like the way they look, so I knew that I could make it for a fraction of the price, and I just went ahead and got this toothbrush holder and the soap dispenser at the Dollar Tree, and it came out absolutely beautiful. And I wanted to use these for my kids' bathroom because they didn't have a toothbrush holder in there or a matching soap dispenser, so I just wanted to use them for that. So I'm just going to take my transfer tape with my words on it and then just adhere that with a little squeegee, and then you peel it off and it is all set. They turn out so beautiful. And if you don't have a Cricut, you can also do this with a stencil and you could paint it, or if you have a printer, you could print it out and cut it out into a stencil and do it that way, or you could buy these off of Etsy as well. I'm sure people have plenty of things like this to sell on their Etsy sites, but I know so many people have Cricuts and I really am enjoying my Cricut, so I just want to share these little tutorials with you guys as I learn, and hopefully if any of you are new, it will help you as well. But this is what they look like after. I think they are so cute in the kids' bathroom, and it just gives something else to their counter and a pop of white in here just to brighten things up. But now moving on to the second project that I'm going to do. This one is actually going to be an Ironon project. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my uploads section and click the life is short like the spoon, and then click continue. Over here in the corner you can minimize your screen a little bit so that way you can see the full image. So I'm just going to minimize it and make the image a little bit smaller because the default image was a little bit too big for what I was working with. So down in the corner of the image you can see the little arrows pointing up and pointing down, and that is how you can resize your image on Design Space on your computer. So I resized it to the size that I wanted, and now that I have it here, I can just go up in the corner and click make it. I don't have to weld this one because it was already an image. So once I get over to this section, which is just before you put your mat in and your vinyl on, there is a little section over here that says mirror. You are going to want to mirror your image because when it's an iron-on, you want to mirror it so that way it prints out correctly. Otherwise, once you put your image on your project, it will be backwards. So you want to print it backwards, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And if you have a Cricut Maker, this is probably the option that you're going to see, or if you have the Explorer, you can turn your dial to custom, and then I just choose like everyday iron-on is what I used, and it worked perfect for me. Mind you, I am using an iron-on vinyl from my local vinyl shop, and it is turbo iron-on vinyl, or HTV, heat transfer vinyl, and that is what I'm using, and it worked out absolutely perfect. So go ahead and take your mat and take the clear plastic off your mat, and then once you get your vinyl, if none of you have done a iron-on before, the shiny side of your vinyl, there's going to be one side that looks a little bit more matte, and then there's one side that looks a little bit more shiny. The shiny side is the section that you're going to want to put down towards the sticky side of your mat, and that is because some vinyl come with the transfer tape already adhered, and mine did. So I'm going to go ahead and put the shiny side down. So I'm kind of showing you here like the shiny side and the matte side. So the shiny side is going to go towards the sticky portion of my mat, and then once I get that all lined up, I'm just going to put it in the Cricut and get cutting. Now that it is done cutting, I'm going to go ahead and click the unload button, which is the little arrows button, and it will release your mat. That way you can take your mat off and just start taking your vinyl off to get weeding that. So once my image cut out, I realized that there was some extra vinyl at the bottom that I could use for another time. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my paper cutter here, which also works on the vinyl, and I'm going to go ahead and cut off a section that does not have the image on it. That way if I want to use it again later, I can do that. And there was some extra on the side as well that I was going to cut off. And I'm just going to move my little lamp here that I got from TJ Maxx. It really helps to shine light down so you can see your weeding better. I know a lot of people use like a weeding tablet, but I find that this works just fine for me. So I'm going to go ahead and weed the vinyl off, the excess vinyl that doesn't need to be on there, and then I'll show you guys in just a second how it looks, and you will understand why we had to mirror the image.
Losing time, can't sleep at night, so cold, baby. You say you love me, then you hate me.
So you can kind of see here that the image is backwards, but once you are done weeding, you go ahead and flip it to where the sticky side down and it's right side up. So the portion that is going to go on your project is the sticky side, and it will make it to where your image that you're putting on your project is the right way instead of backwards, if that makes any sense. So I only have this little mini iron. I don't actually have a Cricut press, but I wanted to try the mini iron to see how I liked it and just see, really like play around with HTV and see if I even liked it before spending a bunch of money on a Cricut press, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to be getting a press in the near future, but this little mini iron does work. So if you have a household iron, you can do that too. Just be careful about how long you press it because you don't know the temperature. So I would press for a few seconds and then just see what it looks like and how it's holding on there. I pressed for about 10 seconds the first time and peeled the transfer tape off, and then obviously there are some pieces that were still sticking up, so I just went ahead and put my parchment paper, or if you have a Teflon sheet, you can put that over it as well. You just want to put that over it so that way you don't burn the vinyl or stick the vinyl to your iron. But once you put the parchment paper back over there, I set it for about 25 seconds on each section. So it was a total of 35 seconds pushing as hard as I possibly could, and it adhered very well, and they turned out so cute. So I did Life is Short, Like the Spoon, and Baker's Gonna Bake, and they turned out so lovely. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I really enjoyed making it for you. I thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye y'all.